imagine they are declaring this 3-no trump contract. During the auction, East and South passed, West opened one spade, and it went pass, and South doubled. Now West, with 8 top tricks kind of, decided to bid 3-no trump. Now North led the 3 of diamonds, 4th best. On this, South inserted the Jack and you tuck it. Now South returns the Queen of diamonds. Plan your play. Ready? So what partner did was to duck this trick and South returned another diamond. Now partner had to win this and then proceeded to cash his spades. The carrier then cashed the ace of clubs and played another club, which was won by the South, who then returned a heart to North's ace, and North cashed another diamond, taking the contract 1 down. So why did Declarer play this way? Well, what Declarer was playing for was for South to hold both the ace of hearts and the king of clubs. That way, if South pitches down to 2 clubs, then South will get end played in clubs, and if South decided to keep 3 clubs, then South can only keep 1 heart, and Declarer can then exit a heart to South's ace, who will then get end played anyway. And I think that's a very fair line, right? Because like, if South has the ace of hearts and the king of clubs, then ace of hearts, queen jack of diamonds, king of clubs, that's 10 points. That is what South is showing with this reopening double. And it was rather unfortunate that that wasn't the case and South only had 9 points for the reopening double. Well, when partner was playing this hand, I somehow had this vibe that North would have the ace of hearts. And looking back, I think it's probably because North played the king of diamonds under the ace of diamonds on the 3rd diamond. And by then it'll be too late to play North for the ace of hearts. So if North has the ace of hearts, then actually the correct play is to win the 2nd diamond and then play out the spades. And we know that North started with 4 diamonds, so North still has 2 diamonds left. And if North has the ace of hearts, then on the last 5 cards, what does North keep? So if North keeps 2 diamonds, then North and 2 hearts, otherwise Declarer can just exit a heart and make his contract. So if North has to keep 2 hearts and 2 diamonds, then what partner can do is cash the ace of clubs, and when Declarer exits a diamond, then North will have no choice but to cash the ace of hearts and play out another heart later on, and Declarer will make his contract. So I thought this hand was really interesting because the correct play actually depends on who you think has the ace of hearts, and I guess also the king of clubs, because for Declarer's line, you do need South to hold both the king of clubs and the ace of hearts. Although I guess given the auction, then South usually has the king of clubs, and if South doesn't, then North will have the king of clubs, and you can't make your contract. So while it seems like because South doubled, then South is more likely to have like maximum range and therefore the ace of hearts, actually I think there's more nuance to this. So first of all, I think you need to know how opponents open. So for this particular opponents, I don't actually know whether they open with 11 or 12 because I did look back at the boards and you can't tell, although they did open once with 9, but that was like favorable vulnerability, so, and in 3rd seat, so maybe I'll just discount it. I don't think anyone's opening with 9 here. But yeah, I think if opponents open with 11, then I think North has a much higher chance of having the ace of hearts. Because if you want South to have the ace of hearts, queen jack of diamonds, and king of clubs, then South can't have any of the jack of clubs, jack of spades, and queen of hearts. So if South can't hold any of these like stray cards, then I actually think it's much less likely for South to hold both the ace of hearts and king of clubs, and that would make partner's line wrong. I guess the last thing to consider is North's lead of the 3 of diamonds from just the king of diamonds. I feel like on this auction, it's like West most likely has running spades and probably has some tenuses that he really wants to protect. And like, I feel like leading from the king is very aggressive, and it could signify that maybe the other suit holdings are not suitable to lead from. And I think that would include like ace, any number of hearts, because West most likely has the king, and you don't really want to be leading that suit and giving the player potentially his ninth trick. Whereas the king is kind of risky as well, because maybe the player has ace queen of diamonds. Although I think in this case, I probably would have just led a club, but that's just me. But if I had the queen of hearts, then I might have led from the queen instead of the king of diamonds. So yeah, I just thought that was another reason why you might want to play north for the ace. Now, all that said, I'm not so sure about this, and I really do want to hear your input on this. So let me know what you thought of this hand in the comments. So hope you enjoyed this, and see you next time. Bye!